Who can stop Man City? Stronger and stronger every single season, it looks like, under Pep Guardiola, and they'll be strong this season as well. This is the Saturday session. Myself, Adi Oladipo, Rory Jennings, former West Ham and QPR defender, Anton Ferdinand. All right, the clinic is open. Let me explain. We're going to go through all the teams. I was going to say just the top teams. We'll try and go through all the teams, look at the business they've done so far in the summer, where they need to strengthen, do they need to strengthen, and we've got to start with the champions. I think it's only right that we start with them first. The favourites to win the title, the favourites to win absolutely every single trophy there is available next season, and partly that's due to the fact of their manager, yes, but mainly because they've got in, I think, best young striker in the world with Mbappe, Haaland, right? He's there. Yeah. He's come in. You know what it is? When you think of this Haaland transfer, because it happened so quick, like literally done, everyone almost forgets it. They've got Haaland next season. Yeah. And then there is still this question, Rory, and I'll chuck it to both of you actually. There's this question, obviously, the Bundesliga, is it as strong, etc., etc., and I get that. But you only just have to look at him. He passes the eye test, doesn't he? He's fast, he's strong, he can head, left foot, right foot. Wants to play for the club. Obviously, it helps when they're paying you $500,000 a week. But regardless, he's there. Would you make a Man City and Haaland?
Look, I think it's so easy to say that this is going to work and they're going to win the league. There's going to be a record number of points and Haaland's going to score 40 goals. And that's the kind of numbers that people are talking about. Haaland's going to land and score goals for fun. And I suppose that's probably true. That's probably the more likely way this finishes. The probability is it works. Yeah. But I think, and maybe this is because I am being slightly cynical and I'm scorned by what happened to Chelsea last season. Chelsea, the previous year, had won the European Cup. Chelsea had become the champions of Europe and decided to change the way that we played in order to accommodate a brilliant striker. Mm. And we brought Romelu Lukaku in. We were going to use him to reshape who we were, redefine who we were, and we were going to go from pretenders for the league to actual title contenders. And it was a huge mistake. I sometimes think that fundamentally changing the way that you play, Manchester City have won the league. They've won the league and they've played really well and they scored bundles of goals. Do they need to totally reevaluate who they are and change the way that they play?
They're not going to. One thing about Pep, he ain't changing the way he plays. It's not happening. He's not accommodating for no player.
So Haaland's changing the way he plays.
And this is what it comes. When we look at Jack Grealish, first year that he came in, 100 million, he's been bombarded with so much information. That might be the reason why we're not seeing the Jack Grealish that everyone expected to see. Mm. You know? But Jack Grealish, I think this year or the year after, you will start to see the player that we always knew, because he's taking a lot of information in. He's having to adapt. You've got to remember at Villa, the ball went through him from deep and he carried the ball and he carried Villa. Now he's in a team where he's got to be patient for the ball. There's a massive difference. There's a massive shift in that.
I think, look, we know Pep's a student, right? I mean, Pep will study and keep on studying. And I think they've been looking at Haaland for a year, hence why they didn't get no striker. And everyone's like, well, they need a striker. They got rid of Ferran Torres. Everyone's like, what are they doing? He's been studying him for a year and he's thought, this is it. But I don't think this is what we need.
This isn't that.
And you know what, you mentioned Lukaku there, and you've said this to me as well a lot of times. Did Thomas Tuchel buy Lukaku? Did he?
No, it could have been a club signing, I agree.
This is Pep asking for Haaland.
But this isn't necessarily an example of the studious nature of Pep Guardiola. Going and signing Erling Haaland, that doesn't require any kind of scholarship or any kind of acute information.
You also,
to get that scores loads of goals, go and sign him. It's like simple football, that, isn't
agreed,
it?
But you did say they don't need him. And you're right. They won the Premier League. They won the Premier League 4 out of 5.
This is why I think it could be tricky for them, because when you play for this Man City team and you adopt the philosophy of Pep Guardiola, what you have to do is be excellent and almost flawless at what you do. And if you look at the way that they build, if you look at the way that they all are on the ball, you've got defenders who are as comfortable on the ball as midfielders. Basically everyone in that team has to be as comfortable on the ball as a brilliant central midfielder. Yeah. Every player. Cancelo's as good on the ball as De Bruyne. Yeah. Cancelo has an eye for an assist in the way that De Bruyne does. They all learn from each other. They all are as good on the ball as each other. Erling Haaland's not that. His touch often leaves a lot to be desired. I think that
Is there an argument then, and this is what Chelsea did under Roman Abramovich for years, buying a player so no one else buys him? Like Chelsea at the time, Chelsea didn't need Wayne Bridge. They had Ashley Cole. They're the best left back in the world. Yeah. And look, let's get Wayne Bridge, because you know what? We can't afford for him to go anywhere else. So we'll get him and you'll sit on the bench and play a couple of cup games. Is there a bit with Haaland where, look, Pep wants to win the Champions League more than anything. Like, he'll swap 4 Premier Leagues for the Champions League. Is there a point of Haaland was going to go Real Madrid? We can't let him go there because they'll win it again next season. We'll get him.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's it. I think the chances that they create he will put them
mate, he's
away.
gonna destroy
He
them.
will put them away. I think he's that guy.